Early indications of discord inside the Government of National Unity, GNU, come from Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie's criticism of a speech made by Mabe, his deputy minister. Before we go into the details, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. Mabe released a statement on Friday denouncing Israel's bid to compete in the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. It undermines the Olympic spirit, according to her. However, McKenzie didn't appear to be in favor of it. The sports minister expressed his displeasure with Mabe's remarks early on Saturday and promised to address them when the Olympic Games are over. He said, "Let's support Team SA now. This is not the time for politics to take center stage. Only after the Olympics will I properly address my dissatisfaction with the remark made public by Ms. Mabe, Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. Now is not the time for politics to take center stage. Instead, let's support official Team RSA. Mabe belongs to the African National Congress, ANC, whereas McKenzie leads the Patriotic Alliance, PA. Calls to prevent Israel from participating in the Olympics have been made from all across the world. Some even used South Africa's apartheid as an example of how it was done in the past. Mabe stated in her statement that Israel's admission to the Olympics is a sign of little consideration for thousands of Palestinian lives lost as a result of Israel's ongoing genocide against women, children, men, the elderly, and the sick. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, ruled on provisional measures in the case brought by South Africa against Israel under the Genocide Convention to cease its military attacks and allow sufficient humanitarian aid into Gaza. But the people of Palestine still endure a torrent of attacks and dehumanization, she continued. She also seemed to be wondering why Israel hasn't received the same treatment as apartheid-era South Africa. As was the case with South Africa during the apartheid era, an abnormal society cannot support normal sport, and Israel, a state committed to genocide, should not be permitted to compete in the Olympics due to its actions, which directly violate the ideals of friendship, excellence, and respect. Olympic Committee of Palestine denounces IOC. The International Olympic Committee, IOC's decision to let Israel to participate in Paris has drawn criticism for its double standards from the chairman of the Palestine Olympic Committee on Thursday. Thomas Bach, the director of the International Olympic Movement, rejected a letter sent earlier this week by Palestinian Olympic chief Jibril Rajoub demanding a boycott. As the Palestinian athletic team landed at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, Rajoub remarked, "This confirms that there are international institutions that insist on applying double standards and not adhering to the Olympic Charter, laws and regulations, or morals." There were perhaps 100 people there to greet the athletes with dates and cries of "Free, Free Palestine." According to the Palestine Olympic Committee, some 400 Palestinian athletes have died and others have been prevented from training or traveling due to Israeli bombardment or other restrictions. Once more, after Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture Gayton McKenzie halted all travel for sports aficionados, many anticipated Joy Chalk, often known as Mama Joy, to watch the Olympics in Paris from home among millions of other admirers. The vibrant sports lover did, however, post a video of herself taking a plane to the nation in Europe to watch the Olympics. McKenzie established the rules governing superfans earlier this month, declaring that their access to government-funded international athletic events is no longer permitted. "I've halted all travel plans for superfans. Athletes and artists are having a difficult time raising funds to attend competitions and art shows. In what way can we defend paying for fans?" The minister said, "We will no longer be paying for these trips and will use that money where it's most needed." Mama Joy's journey to the Olympics was not supported by the government, Madeleine Rajoub, Deputy Director of Communication at the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, DSAC, said in an interview with The Citizen. "No, Mama Joy traveled to the Olympics in Paris on her own dime. The department did not cover the cost of her trip," she stated. "There was no money allocated. Superfans' travel and lodging expenses would no longer be covered by the department," according to Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture Gayton McKenzie, according to Rajoub. As the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Minister McKenzie is now in France for the Olympics as well as other events related to his ministry. For example,